Amazing, amazing grace of Jesus Christ. Good evening. Wonderful is this Friday night. We are grateful because of the mercies of the living God. And we continue to declare that it is not yet over. Until it is over, we thank God for his excellent mercies upon us. And tonight, as we continue to understand more about Jesus Christ in the quest for his excellence upon our life, we continue to pursue the mercies of God. And tonight, we want to declare that Jesus Christ is our ransom for life. Everything ours that is in the wrong hands, Jesus Christ is our ransom. Hosea 13 verse 14. I will ransom them from the power of the grave. I will redeem them from death. Where, O death, are your plagues? Where, O grave, is your destruction? Let us decree and declare that God is putting a ransom of redemption for everything that is pertaining us. He said, I will ransom them from the power of grave. When we speak of ransom, we are focusing ourselves on getting out of a place of despair. We must win. We must win. We must triumph. We must conquer everything that is under the dominion. We continue to have the same problem we had yesterday. I don't know why, because even using a different Wi-Fi during the day, the behavior was still the same. I don't know what is going on, because I don't think it is internet, because TikTok and YouTube, it is speaking ransom for life. Hosea 13:14 has insisted, and I will ransom them from the power of the grave. I will redeem them from death. And many of we are having challenges with connection, but let us press on. We are declaring, let a ransom be placed on our lives. Everything else that is under the dominion, everything that is under the dominion of the power of grave, we declare a redeeming ransom of Jesus Christ. There are very many people who their financial life is under the power of grave, whose marriages are. There are people whose marriages are under the power of grave. We declare a redeeming ransom. There are people whose careers are under the power of the grave. You don't know beyond you are. There are people who have been devoted to destruction. It seems like there is no hope for ransom. Leviticus 27, verse 29. No person devoted to destruction may be ransomed. He must be put to death. But Hosea is telling us, even if we've been devoted to destruction, and there has not been any found ransom, God himself has said he will ransom us. It doesn't matter. The Lord has promised a ransom, and we must pursue the power of that ransom, because there are things about our life that requires redemption, that requires ransom. Mark 8 verse 7. Or what can a man give in exchange for his life? If you read together with verse 5, for whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me and for the gospel will save it. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world, yet what? Mark 8 verse 36. What good is for a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit his soul? Or what can man give in exchange for his soul? Many of us, we have entered into the trap of pursuing materialism at the expense of your soul. Psalms 49, Psalms 49 verse 7. No man can redeem the life of another or give to God a ransom for him. The ransom for a life is costly. No payment is ever enough. There are very many people that they have tried everything practically possible to bounce back, to claim a reinstatement, or to declare restoration, but they are not. The ransom for life is costly. No payment is ever enough. But Jesus comes in to fit on that costly price. That's why Paul says we were bought at a price. We were bought at a price. And that's why you notice in this life, there are things that even if you pray, they don't change. Even if you fast, they don't change. Even if you seek remissions, propitiations, even you try to reconcile with the people, still there is an area in your life that has failed, that has completely failed to work out. If you notice there is something like that in your life, it requires a ransom. The ransom for life. The Bible said in Psalms 49, 7-8, it is so costly. No one can afford it. You lose a dimension of life. The price to buy it back is beyond affording. There are people, they lost a dimension of life. Maybe you lost like a job, but you have tried everything practically possible to get another job. Every attempt has failed. There are things in life, once we lose them, the means of recovering them are beyond our capacity to afford. The price, the cost is unaffordable. And that's why you notice many. There is this verse in the book of Proverbs, chapter number 5, I like using. In verse 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Speaks of the cost of adultery. And it says in verse 9 and verse 10, you lose your best strength, you lose your ears, you lose your wealth. They are things. Once you lose them, the means of regaining are outside your ability. The price that is needed to regain something you lost. Like here, he has highlighted 4: wealth, your best strength or energies, your ears, and your honor. Once you lose them, many people have undergone that life. They can attest the means of recovering are beyond what you can afford. Andatory. No says an andatory prays for your own life and reduces you to a loaf of bread. Go and speak to somebody who has been reduced to nothing through sexual immorality, and they'll tell you the coming back, the bouncing back is all. What is that you've tried to regain, to recover, but has proven as if it is impossible? It requires a ransom. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 20 says, you were bought at a price. There are things of life that has or have a price tag, and they don't move until the full price is paid. You lose something that way, and it had been freely given to you by God. Getting it back, unless the masses of God are involved. You lose ears through sex. You lose your best strength through sex. You lose your honor through sex. You lose your wealth through sex. To recover those dimensions back is a real hard nut to crack. That so you notice there are things that there was no way of redeeming them. They were demanding a ransom. For instance, Adam lost connection with God. Adam lost the likeness of God. There was no found means of recovering that from Satan, because that which had gone away, praise Jesus Christ. There are things in this life, the moment they escape your hands, to get them back, they shall demand a price. You have to pay. And now the problem is this: the price is not a material or a monetary requirement. Actually, it is even not a human sacrifice required. It requires something that is divine. It requires a divine price. The cost is a supernatural one. Something that you yourself you cannot afford. Only God can afford that price that is being demanded. And so in Mark 10, in the verse 45, for even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. So the ransom for life is divine. Is divine. The ransom is a divine application. And then so you notice, until you walk with Jesus from a ransom point of view, so Jesus now becomes the price for life that we could not afford. So when we are with Jesus as a ransom, whatever we lost, we are able to. Whatever then we lost, we can raise the ransom and we get back everything. Whether you lost wealth, whether you lost honor, whether you lost ears, whether you lost your basic strength, whether you lost destiny, whether you lost the mantle, whether you lost a talent, a gift, a calling, a star, whatever you lost it. If you bring the ransom, you are given that what you lost. No matter the means that we are involved in losing it, the ransom reclaims everything. Whether it is your marriage you lost, the ransom reclaims it. We used to have in Kenya some kidnapping cases by Al-Shabaab. And when they would take away a citizen or a tourist, they would demand, they would put a price tag on that person for their release. And they would say, for us to release this national, we are demanding a ransom figure, like a certain amount, like 10 million or 5 million or 100 million or that. That the same way. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So he stole your destiny. He stole whatever he stole from you, either because of your negligence or through your sin. But now, he can't stay with it forever because it is divine. It is supernatural. So the devil can't stay with it forever. But for him to release it demands a price of exchange. What are you going to give me to release it. And now man was helpless, could not afford the price, could not afford the price. Like for instance, we lost connection with God. To get that connection back, there had to be a price to be paid. And man could not afford that price. God only. He is the one who had the potential to afford the price demanded. Because Satan, he had taken hold of the humanity. And for him to release humanity to God, God had to incur some cost. And now there was no available cost that was at the level of which Adam lost. Adam lost the likeness of God. So an angel could not become a ransom, because an angel is not in likeness of God, but the man is in the likeness of God. So the ransom for man had to be something that is in likeness of God. That is why there had to be something that is in likeness of what was lost. And hence, Jesus Christ appears as a ransom. And when Jesus Christ was issued by God as a ransom, Satan lost. Satan lost everything. Colossians 2 verse 15 says he was disarmed. Luke 11 verse 21 to 22, the Bible says he was plundered. Isaiah 49 verse 24 to 25 says the plunder was retrieved from him. Satan indeed lost, because Jesus became the power. So this ransom, the moment we are able to get Jesus as a ransom, and we claim our destinies through the ransom, imagine, it doesn't matter how we lost it, the recovery is guaranteed, because we issue the ransom. There is a release of that which had been taken by force. Revelation 5 in verse 9 put it this way: you are about to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slain, and with your blood you purchased men for God. You purchased men for God. Jesus is the currency that purchases for God. Purchase. There are battles in this life that you might fight them forever and never come to the point of winning them, because the type of the battle requires something else. And mostly the battle that is about destiny life, purpose life, assignment life, that is divine. If you lose maybe through swapping, like the way Esau lost. If you lose through demonic satanic stealing, if you lose through sin like sex, to get it back, to get them back, it requires a heavy price from you, and you cannot afford. That's why Jesus comes in. He is a ransom, and he's going to ransom our destiny. He's going to ransom our finances. Matthew 20:28. Himself, he says, he is the ransom for many. Whether it is a destiny, it is a purpose, it is assignment, it is a duty, it is a mantle, it is a calling, the gift, or the ministry. Whether it is marriage or finances, or a career, or a business, or the anointing you lost, there is. We have found the price that was needed, the price required. Yes, they took away. It's okay. But now we have found the price to use to reclaim back Jesus. The ransom has been found. Job 33 verse 23. Yet if there is an angel on his side as a mediator, 1 out of 1,000, to tell a man what is right for him, to be gracious to him and say, spare him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom for him. We are not going to decline any further. We are not going to sink any further now. He's saying, spare him from going down to the pit. Why? I have found a ransom for him. A ransom for me, a ransom for you has been found in Jesus. Jesus is the one who is dying where I am supposed to die. Not that he's dying. He died already. And the price is paid. So it's just a matter of picking. And we pick through the ransom of Jesus. We pick our destinies. We pick our dimensions of life. We pick our gifts, our callings. We pick our ears. We pick our... We are not letting go. I know many of them thought we would give up, we would quit. No. We are calling back everything that left us. Through robbery, through stealing, through sin, through squandering, through negligence, or even through free will, through swapping, through exchange, through transfers, through initiations. Everything that we lost, there is a ransom. When the ransom is found, going down to the pit of destruction is suspended. When the ransom punishment is withdrawn, when the ransom is found, the exile is quashed. So we decree and we declare everything that is in, everything that is in the hands of the long one, the ransom has been found. And you see, when the ransom is found, then his flesh is renewed like a child, and it is restored as in the days of his youth. There is transformation when the ransom is paid. There is renewal, there is restoration. He prays to God and finds favor with him. When the ransom is found, you gain favor with God. When the ransom is found, there is seeing God face to face. There is divine encounter. And shout for joy, there is praise. He is restored by God to his righteous state. There is restoration. Just finding a ransom for life. It's all just the ransom we don't have. Revelation 14:3-4. And they sang a new song before the throne and before the four living creatures and the elders. Revelation 14:3. And they sang a new song before the throne and before the living creatures and the elders. No one could learn the song except the 144,000 who had been redeemed from the earth. These are those who did not defile themselves with women, for they kept themselves pure. They followed the Lamb wherever he goes. They were purchased from above and had been offered as first fruits to God and the Lamb. They were purchased. They were redeemed. They were bought at a price. There was a ransom that was put on them. When you've been ransomed of the Lord, you follow the Lamb wherever he goes. Meaning, when the ransom is paid on you, the presence of God becomes active. They follow the Lamb. Emmanuelism, God with us, becomes a reality. That's why you notice many people are struggling with the presence of the Lord. There is no accompaniment. There is no fellowship. But when the ransom has been applied on you, you follow the Lamb wherever he goes. That's why we need to declare Jesus Christ. I want to decree and to declare. The internet is not favorable to us. Everything that left us, we declare it ransoming, we declare it redemption, we declare it purchasing. We purchase, we declare the ransoming of our lives, ransoming of our destinies, ransoming of our